Hey everyone, good evening. What is going on? Hope you are all doing well. Welcome to another live installment of This is Tom's World. The majority of you who have tuned in, which right now is a grand total of two people, you are now watching an ad more than likely, and I apologize for that. It's how YouTube works. So I will just do small talk here until people get past the ad. Oh, people didn't even get past the ad. Everybody jet. I have zero people watching me right now, but that's okay. I know that some people do watch this on the replay. And speaking of which, there was someone that commented on my video, my last live video, long after I finished. Lauren or Loren, I'm not sure how it's pronounced because there was a little over the E in Lauren. You were commenting on my video and you were watching a replay of it. So unless you see, I don't know which side, I think it's on this side. Unless you see a little thing that says live, I'm not live and you're watching a replay. But right now I am live for all of you who are commenting. Kate, John, and Kate again. Kate says, Pickle Tom. Nick needs to be here. I can hear him saying it in my head whenever I read those words. Hey, how's it going, John? How are you? How many pickles could Pickle Tom pick if a Pickle Tom picked pickles with a pick? I actually said that correct. I'm pretty proud of myself right there. So how's everybody doing tonight? I have no agenda for this live feed. Hey Carol, how are you? I really have no agenda for this live feed. Normally I come on here with some kind of news, some kind of thing that I found or whatever. It's been a little hectic since my last video that I posted. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm keeping busy. Work, work, work. Oh, cool. Penny pack. Yeah, that's definitely somewhere I have to venture into a little bit more. I know there's some stuff to see in there. There's a lot of woods. There's a lot of bridges. Well, not a lot of bridges, but there's some bridges and stuff like that, and some other stuff in there that I need to take some videos of at some point or another. But that's been part of my problem in the last what's it been? It's been a week and a half since I posted a video, roughly a week and a day. Yeah, because today's Tuesday. So a week and a day, not a week and a half. And I have not posted a video because I only get 2 days off a week, as most people do. And my days off are Sunday and Monday. And Sunday, I was really just not feeling like venturing out too much. It was a dreary day. Monday, I was a bit busy yesterday. I had to make some phone calls. I had to meet up with Tommy for lunch, and then I had to come back and start planning out dinner and stuff like that. So I did not have an opportunity to go out. But even if I had, I have nowhere to go. I'm looking for places that are close, somewhere like in the far northeast area or in the Ben Salem area that I have not covered yet. Somewhere like that's like super cool or maybe has some historic value, and it's just a place that I've overlooked. I've been rewatching some of my old videos too. Not a vain thing. Just trying to get ideas because I know sometimes when I'm making videos, I might spout out something in the video saying I'd like to go to this place, and then I forget about it. So I've been trying to refine those things. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, if we get me enough subscribers on here, and we can do that by everybody sharing out the link to the channel and telling your friends on Facebook and everything, hey, go subscribe to this guy. He's cool. He goes out in the area and he checks out stuff. So if we get me to enough subscribers, it could be that I could have YouTube as my job. But unfortunately, right now, it's not enough. I would if I could get there. There's actually some places there I would really, really like to check out. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Haven't seen you on here in a little bit. Hope you're doing well. In the UK, like like I would love to go to what is now, I believe, a hotel, but it was where they filmed part of the inside and the outside of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I just recently saw that YouTube channel that I do watch, the Grim Life Collective. In the last month or so, they've been tooling around over there, and they went there to that place, and they stayed in the room, in a room there, and it looked like a lot of fun, and I know I would be geeking out like to no end. And I mean, there's just so many other places there though that I'd love to check out. Um, I would love to go see. Like I saw that the same channel also did the a filming location for Monty Python's The Holy Grail. I would love to go see that. That would be awesome too. Um, there's just so many things over there that I would definitely love to see. I just don't have the means to get there or the money to get there. I don't even have a passport. I've never needed one, so I never had one. I'm gonna need one eventually though, because Stephanie definitely plans on getting me to go on cruises and stuff like that. So that's going to be something in the future for me. Going on a cruise itself is kind of scary to me. Well, I have a fear of heights, and I know you're pretty high up off of the ocean, but then there's also the fear of drowning. You get the Titanic in your head, or the perfect storm. Um, and yeah, that. So I'm gonna have to overcome some fears in order to do that. Much higher fears than my mere fear of heights that I had to conquer to go over that one bridge in the Poconos. Um, but that took a little bit. That I didn't have to push myself too much, but fear of heights is a real thing, and it's scary. Oh, there's tons to explore there. All kinds of things with like movies, TV shows, history. The history there. Oh my, well, obviously it goes way further back than any history here. I mean, the history we have here are people that were leaving that area of the world to come here, um, and it was already set. I mean, I definitely want to go to Ireland. I want to see places in Ireland. I want to see. I want to go pub crawling in Ireland. That would be awesome. Of course, the drunker I got, the less I'd be able to understand people. Even though I am Irish, I was born and raised here. So flying, well, I've only done that once in my life. Well, once too, and then back. I went from pretty much from coast to coast. I went from here in Philadelphia, straight flight out to San Francisco, and that was 6 hours. So 8 hours, that's only two more. I think I could do it. Going over all that ocean, that might be a little bit of an issue for me, but I think I could overcome it knowing what the payoff would be. And by the way, Kate, how is your daughter doing? I know she wasn't feeling well. Hope she's doing better. I got the brown bottles back too. If any of you were here the last time I did a live feed, I had green bottles. I had to have Molson Golden because the beer distributor I went to did not have any Molson Ice. Can you believe them? The nerve. The nerve. The sheer nerve. It's crazy. Oh no. No, no, no. I can't. I have to have a window seat. As stupid as that seems, with the fear of heights and everything, I have to have a window seat because I have to see what's going on out there. Be yeah, like when I flew to San Francisco there and back, not only did I have a window seat, excuse me, but I had a direct view of the wing, which was perfectly fine with me because then I could see what's going on. And think about that whole scene in Twilight Zone with William Shatner in the TV show, and then John Lithgow in the movie where there was the creature out on the wing. There's something on the wing, something. Yeah, I've actually been since you mentioned that. I've actually been hearing stuff on, like, maybe it's just because now I it's relevant to me because I know somebody who has somebody that's going through the RSV. Um, but I've heard commercials about it recently on the radio. Yeah, I think I like the TV show version better than the movie version. I mean, the movie version was more updated with John Lithgow, um, but the TV version is just it's classic. Well, we'll see. And speaking of cruises, just got an incoming message from Stephanie. Must respond. There we go. Coming back to StreamYard. There we go. Cool. But I mean, I would think cruises are cool because when just in recent times when I was up in the Poconos with Stephanie, I'd mentioned to her how much I love being there, and one of the reasons, one of the many reasons, is because in the community where I stayed at over there, there's not a whole lot of lights going on, so like you can see a lot of the stars, a lot more than you can here in Philly, way more than you can see in Philly. And I said, "Man, this is great." She said, "You should see it on a cruise." I'm like, "Oh, here we go." But yeah, she'll eventually get me on one for sure. She said maybe she'll start me off with just like a short one, and my hair is just curling every which way. Is one of the downsides of wearing a hoodie and having long hair is it like pushes it backwards and then it just curls up. My hair has like a curl waviness to it to begin with. What's up, Lori? That's awesome. Holiday train. Sounds festive. I think I would like to see Alaska at some point, to be honest. I mean, I really, really want to expand Tom's World past Philadelphia, Bucks County, at some point. And here and there, I get the chance, but it's been all in. Well, no, I can't say it's all been in Pennsylvania because when I went to Hot Dog Johnny's in that Poconos video, that was in Buttsville, New Jersey. Oh my! Do you really have to ask? Anybody that's ever been to Philadelphia can tell you that if you're here, the one thing you have to have is a cheesesteak, and not from like the touristy areas. Like we have Pat's Steaks and I forget the other one. There, yeah, no, I forget it. But like, you don't want to go to the touristy. Like, if you're going to come to Philadelphia, you have to have somebody that knows the area and that can take you to get the best cheesesteak. They are awesome. They're not the healthiest thing in the world, but they are very, very awesome. I've had my share of bad cheesesteaks from places. Sometimes they're too dry. Sometimes there's not enough cheese. You know, and a lot of the touristy people like to get the like the cheese whiz, like the cheese sauce on it. But it's so much better with like like slices of either American cheese. You can get provolone. Provolone's not bad. You can get mozzarella. That's not bad. But the best way to do it, the main way to do it here in Philly, is with American cheese. And man, it is awesome. Yeah, I would love to go to Alaska. It's not a steak. It's chopped up. I'm trying to think. Is it? I don't even know the type of steak it is. How bad is that? It's chopped up. I'll see if I can. Here, let me see if I can find a picture of one. bring up an image of it. One that looks good anyway, because there's many on here. Let's see. Looking for a good picture of a cheesesteak. Oh, hell no. I just saw a picture of one where they have the cheese on top. No, the cheese has to go on the bottom, and then the steak goes on top. And if you want, you can get mushrooms, peppers, fried onions. That's not a good representation. Sorry if anybody's talking and I'm not responding. I can't see the chat right now. No, that's not a good representation either. No, neither is that. I'm very picky. And some of the people that took pictures of these aren't like the best of photographers. But it's very finely minced strips of steak. And I'm sure maybe by now somebody in the chat probably said what kind of steak it is. Trying to find a correct representation. Because some of these are just made to look good, but it's not what it looks like. I'll find one. I'm determined. It's ribeye, I guess. So I'm seeing that a lot. But it's really, really good. You can get chicken cheesesteak as well, which is also good. A lot of times, places, when they do chicken cheesesteaks, a lot of times they get too dried out. No. And the key here, let me come back to the chat real quick. Italian, oh my God, yes, Italian hoagies. So, no, it's not Kobe beef. I'm guessing it is ribeye, and it's like sliced thin and chopped up as they cook it on the flat grill, and then they add in, if you're getting like mushrooms or peppers or onions, like they add them in as they're cooking it, and then they just have like two spatulas. They scoop it up and put it into the roll right on top of the cheese, and that is awesome. That's a good question. Wow, you were in the area, were you? That was actually done for the Amazon building across the street. They widened the roadway around the Amazon building so that their trucks have an easier time getting in and out there. And I was told that as like a thank you, they're making a donation to the park of some trees and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's I guess that's so that like Amazon workers that are coming by bus, because there are a couple different buses that go down State Road, they stop right there, and then they have the walkway to go across at the light at Winks Lane. But a good question, man. Yeah, ribeye. Hoagies are subs. Most of the world knows them as subs. We call them hoagies. So it's just basically a roll with cheese, meat, lettuce, tomato, onions, mayonnaise if you want, or oil or whatever. But with that, let's see. Speaking of the roll, that was the thing I was going to say, and I interrupted myself. The key to a good Philadelphia cheesesteak or a hoagie is the roll, and it has to be Amoroso. There's a company named Amoroso that make rolls, and they are the best, especially when they're fresh. They don't toast them or anything like that. They're really, really good. Yeah, oh, that's speaking of what I was just saying. I swear I wasn't cheating and looking at your comment. Apollo's on 13. Apollo's is okay, I guess. I've had them a couple times. I also had Champs over at the Woodhaven Mall. Well, that shows my age by calling it the Woodhaven Mall. Most people know it as the Home Depot shopping center on 13. But to me, that'll always be the Woodhaven Mall. Yes, the cream cheese. It certainly is, and we do love it. It goes great on a bagel. Let me see if I can. I still want to show you what a cheesesteak looks like, though, like a good one. But like all the ones I'm looking at, they're not on, and I can tell just by looking at it, they're not on an Amoroso roll. Yeah, no, that one has cheese sauce on it. I'm not showing that one. All right, this is the best I'm going to get. This is obviously not an Amoroso roll, but I can show you what the cheesesteak looks like. Let me come back to StreamYard and share that. So this is what a cheesesteak looks like. Now, it varies in darkness of the meat, depending on how long they cook it, depending on the place you get it at. But you can see that the cheese is melted in there. That is not a cheese sauce. That is actually cheese, like slices of cheese that are melted in there. I mean, maybe it could be a white cheese sauce, but I'm telling you, if you ever come this way, you get in touch with me and we will get you to a perfect cheesesteak. Let me stop that screen. But yes, the cream cheese is a definite thing here. And I mean, I prefer that. I prefer the Philadelphia cream cheese over others. But not all the others are bad. I just like the texture of the Philly cream cheese, and it's got the right amount of savory. I guess it's savory, right? Oh yeah, and Philadelphia is the place to learn about the history of the country, and because, well, I mean, this is pretty much where it all started. I mean, there were multiple things, but like this is where everything went down. For the country, and you're absolutely right. Kate, you can always go check out the YouTube channel, the Philly Captain. You'll know you found the right channel when you go to watch a video and he begins it with "Here we are." And he goes on with it. He does do great cheesesteak reviews, and he does have one specific place that he deems to be the best cheesesteak in the world. I don't know that he's had cheesesteaks all over the world. I don't know that they make cheesesteaks anywhere else in the world other than here, maybe even just on the East. Well, no, I would guess across the country they make cheesesteaks. I don't know. If anybody's watching from like West Coast, can let me know. I'm sure you guys have cheesesteaks out there at pizza places. I can't remember the name. Rob, if you can remember, it was a roast pork place. It's like I think it's somebody's first name and then roast pork, but they make the best cheesesteak, even though they don't have it in their name. I know he actually took, is it John's Roast Pork? Okay, John's Roast Pork. I know that he took Adam the Woo to that place while he was here. While he was here, they actually made quite a few videos together and didn't include me. But they had cheesesteaks in quite a few different places. It could be. It could be. It really is awesome. Like I said, it's not the most healthy thing in the world, but man, once you've had one, I mean, and like I said, you can get it in so many different ways. You can get different toppings and stuff. Like I've seen people put crazy stuff on there. Gleason's? I don't know Gleason's. Where's that at? Tony Luke's is okay. It just seems like the more mainstream places like if their cheesesteaks are good, then they're just like okay good. You know, it's like the little like one and done like mom and pop kind of run places that seem to have the best ones. No, no, it's not. The healthy food is never really all that good. I mean, you might come across something that's healthy. You go, yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. But you never get the reactions like you get from the stuff that's not healthy. Like when you eat a cheesesteak, you're just like, oh, and your eyes like roll into the back of your head. It's a, it's a good thing. It's like a mouthgasm. Oh yeah, that is where it is too, huh? South Philly. And you like in the warmer months, you can eat outside and stuff. I think I saw tables out there when he was there. I've never been there myself, so I've not had one yet. Maybe that's something that the Philly captain can introduce me to. We could go there together. Um, I have asked him. Well, I've talked to him before, and he showed interest in Dinosaur Lake that I'd been to many times, and which is no longer a lake, obviously. But he had asked about that before and said that he'd it's somewhere he'd like to go, and I told him just let me know. And I was actually on one of his live feeds that he did in the past 4 or 5 months or something like that. He was inviting anybody to come on, and so of course I had to go on and meet him. We've talked back and forth in the chats of his lives and stuff like that. But I told him, I said, just let me know when you're ready to go there, man. There's homeless people there, but still we can go. No, 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 no. Especially if I've been drinking the night before. I feel like I'm sitting really low. There we go. Especially if I've been drinking the night before or something like that. The first thing that comes to mind is when I wake up that I want to eat is something greasy, like pork roll or bacon, um, some kind of omelet with cheese and ham or something like that. Of course, I feel that way when I haven't been drinking the night before too. I feel like my whole setup is different here. Like usually this sign is like way up at the top. And yes, I am wearing an Eagles hoodie. And I'm down here. There we go. I guess that's a little better. What consists of a British fry up? Would be like eggs, potatoes, bacon. Oh my god, I'm making myself hungry right now. I would love to just right now just have like a big dish of like scrambled eggs that has like fried potatoes, bacon, cheese, sausage. I'm like making my mouth water just talking about all that. But I'm curious as to what makes a British fry up. So if anybody that knows the area would have any suggestions of places that I have not been to that are close by, that are like close to the far northeast area, Ben Salem area, that are just cool places to check out, or they have some historic value, or maybe there's even some historical ruins or something like that that I have not covered, please do let me know. 2 fried eggs, 2 bacons, 2 buttered or fried bread, baked beans, 2 sausages, black pudding. I don't know what black pudding is. Fried mushrooms. Okay, you lost me there because like I mean I did mention mushrooms with the cheesesteak, but I stopped eating mushrooms years ago because I don't know. It was something in my head. Something just clicked one day when I was eating it, and my head went, dumbass, you're eating fungus. It's fungus. It's stuff that grows from decaying stuff. And I couldn't do it anymore. Fried tomatoes and 2 hash browns. So everything but the fried mushrooms. I don't know about the baked beans though. That doesn't seem to go well. Maybe baked beans are different here in the States. But everything else, I don't know what black pudding is, but everything else sounds really cool. Let's see, what do we got here? 6700 Mill Creek Road, Levittown. What is there? Let's see, 6700 Mill Creek Road, Levittown, PA. Oh, Gleason's Bar. I saw that. I see there's a pizza shop there, Luigi's. What else do we got there? Oh, Gleason's Bar. So that's where you're talking about with the cheesesteaks. Okay, I got you. Oh, I see that now. Yeah, I don't need that. No, I'm not big on eating blood. Yeah, no, I don't know about that. Last I knew, it was still standing, and they were still at a standstill in redoing the place. I know it's on the historical registry, so like they have to do things in a certain way, and I know they were having some money issues, but yeah, as far as I know, it's still standing. I guess they're kind of the same. We have the baked beans that we get here are like Bush's baked beans. Used to have commercials with a guy and he had his dog, and the dog, and he would say, and the only one that knows the secret recipe is my dog, and he's not saying anything. And the dog would say, roll that beautiful bean footage. And you go, uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. It just, I don't know, anything with blood in the just kind of makes me a little like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to try that. I mean, if it doesn't have blood in it and it's just called bloodwurst, then I try it. I mean, I do, while I do have Irish in me, I also have German in me as well. So, I'm always willing to try things, to try new things. I don't carry a backpack, actually. I carry my gimbal, which I don't have with me here. I put my phone into the gimbal, and all it does is like stabilize it so that like while I'm walking, you don't see the up and down and everything. And it, like when I'm turning, it's a little more fluid. I usually always have a water bottle with me. Before I started doing videos, when I would just explore on my own and take pictures and stuff, I would always have a walking stick with me, and that way I can get like thorns and stuff out of my way. And if there's like a cobweb in front of me, I can get that. I just haven't done that. I do have my walking stick, one of my walking sticks, in the car. I just never think to grab it because like there's always too much stuff in my hand. I have a water bottle in one hand, I have the gimbal in the other hand. Sometimes I put the water bottle, if I got a hoodie, I'll put it in the pocket there. So that's about it, because my explorers aren't usually like all that long. Now, if I was trekking across like vast areas and stuff, yeah, I probably would bring a bag and have some like snacks in there and stuff like that, and in case I get a little hungry. I just haven't done anything like that yet, but it is something that I would like to do. There's a few things I would like to do, not only for the channel but for myself, and that is one. Another is to eventually procure a metal detector and start metal detecting and add that to the repertoire of videos on my channel. That's all right. You can type as slow as you need to, man. Yeah, I'll have to check them out. I know I'm going to be in the Levittown area here and there, so I will definitely have to check them out. Me and Stephanie are always up for trying new places to eat. We currently each week we have our date night. We go to Nick's Roast Beef over at Franklin Mills because I'm not calling it Philadelphia Mills, as anybody in my age range would say as well, including the Philly Captain, I think. But we go there once a week usually. Occasionally we'll branch out and try other places, but for the most part, that's where we've had date night for the entire time we've been together. So a Gandalf stick. You shall not pass. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, even if for those of you who are live here, like I said, I'm always looking for new locations to check out that are cool. And if you're watching this on a replay, then you can always comment on the video, or you can, down in the description, there's a link to my Facebook. You could send me a message on there as well. I always respond. It may take me a day or two or three sometimes, but I will definitely respond. And I've been looking into a couple different places, but they're not that exciting. There's a wooded area in Croydon, and it's by what used to be Mary Devine Elementary School. There's another school there now. I don't know what it's called, but there's a wooded area there that there's a conservation group that has been like tending to it and cleaning it out and fixing it up. That's right. Pickle time. That's a long story. But I've been looking into going there and checking it out because I've been in those woods when I was younger. I did a lot of hanging out in Croydon, not far from the Chamonix State Park, and I pretty much grew up there. My grandparents lived there, and I spent a lot of time at their house. And I remember there were rumors of a body being found in those woods of a young girl at one point. I never really looked into it. But now it looks like it's being taken care of very well. And I thought about walking around in there, but again, it's not that exciting. I thought about doing a little tour of the marina on the Chamonix Creek that is also owned by the state park that I work for. Again, it's not that exciting. I want to find something that's just like, wow, like the last video I did when I found those the ruins of the Italian water garden over in Crum Woods in Swarthmore, Delaware County, PA. That place was just like, it blew me away. I mean, it's not like I found them; other people knew they were there, and that's how I came across them. But I could have spent hours and hours there just looking at things, picking apart vines and stuff, trying to find anything. That is actually the area of Croydon here is named after that. So the guy, there was a question earlier in the comments about Croydon Lodge. Is it still standing? The guy that originally made that, and I can't remember his name, but I did do a video on it. So, after the live feed, you go check out my videos, look up Croydon Lodge. There's 2 videos of it. The second one was more of just like going over there to check up on it, see what it's doing. But in the first one, I did go into the history of it. But I believe he came from Croydon in the UK. And he sailed here, and he was trying to find the perfect place to have a house, which ironically enough, he called it Croydon Lodge or Croydon something. Maybe it became Croydon Lodge, but um, it's not in the area that's called Croydon right now, but it's not far from it. But they both have to do with each other. So Croydon Lodge came first, and then the town of Croydon came afterwards. The town that it actually sits in is called Bensalem, PA. Was originally going to be called Salem, but Benjamin Franklin had a very strong presence in this area, and he was the one, I believe, that gave it the name Salem. And they said, why not call it Bensalem? Or maybe they changed it at some point. I'm not exactly sure of the complete history of it, but the Ben came from Benjamin Franklin. So it's kind of similar to the name of Pennsylvania. When William Penn came here, and he was pretty much given the deed to Pennsylvania from some king over in England or whatever, he was going to call it Sylvania, and the guy said, why not own it, make it your own? Don't just call it Sylvania, call it Pennsylvania. And that's how it got its name. Oh, I definitely want to go back to the fairgrounds. I've been looking over maps of like where I was, and you could see those little square things in the ground and everything. I've been looking over old maps, and I think I may be finding other things there too. So I'm definitely going back there. See, you learn something new every day with This Is Towns World. Well, I know it was called Mary Divine. Is it still? I don't think it's still called Mary Divine. I think they have a different name. The Salem Church. I'm not familiar with it. I mean, there is an area here in the States called Salem. It's up in Massachusetts. And that's where they used to do like the burning of people that they called witches and stuff like that. If you ever saw the movie Hocus Pocus, I think it's supposed to take place in there. Pretty sure. Of course, that's just fantasy, but because we didn't have witches that looked like Bette Midler and the other two, their names escape me. The chick from Sex and the City and and then the other one. So I'm not really familiar with that. Well, Methodist is just it's another. I think Methodist is like another subsection off of Catholicism, because Catholicism has like it's like an umbrella for a lot of different sub religions. We do have a lot of Methodist churches here, even here in Philadelphia. Matter of fact, one of the videos that I was going to do, but I wound up not being able to do because of weather conditions and where the sun was positioned and everything, and the condition of the headstones. It was going to be a graveyard for a Methodist church. I believe it was Methodist, or it was near one. No, I think it was the Methodist church. So, I mean, there's, I don't know how to explain it, because I'm not a really big religious person. I was raised Catholic. I went to public school. I did not go to Catholic school, but my parents did send me to CCD, which was basically just like the religion part of Catholic school by itself. So I went to public school during the day, and then after school, one day a week, I go for CCD. And there because I was never baptized as a baby, and my mom had me start with that in first grade. So I got baptized there, and then I made my first what is the order? I think I made my first communion first and then my first confession, or was it my first confession then my first communion? But then I stopped going before I was confirmed. So I am an unconfirmed Catholic who does not practice. I don't consider myself to be religious, more spiritual, I guess. I mean, I believe in a lot of the ideals that are in the Bible and stuff like that. Like the whole "do unto others as you would have done unto you" kind of thing, and to always, I don't know, the basic messages of all that is just to love one another, be loved, do for one another, be there for one another. I mean, it's really what it all boils down to. And then there's just a bunch of stories in it after that. Protestants. I thought that was under the not the Catholic religion, but Catholicism. I don't know. Yes. I'm a firm believer in the morals that are taught in every religion, really, because they all boil down to the same thing. They take different routes to get there, and they tell different stories, and they have different, key people in the history of it. But like when it comes down to it, the main thing is to love and be loved, and to be there for each other. I mean, everybody's always worried about a lot of different things that separate us, but we're all humans, and we all need to be here for one another, and we need to be the best us that we can be. Not everybody shares those thoughts and those morals, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that, and I went looking for, and I couldn't find anything. I mean, if you have links to stuff that you can send me that's online, please do. Because I could not find anything about that. Like when I was looking it up, it was giving me all these weird different search results. It was weird. Hey, I can get deep. I can. Just because you see me on the other live feed that I do with with Don and Nick and all them, and I'm just always joking, and I'm doing impressions and stuff like that. There's deep thoughts in here and in here. Well, there's no thoughts. Whoa. There's no thoughts in here, but there's feelings in here, and they can get deep. But I might, in regards to your comment though, I might be trying to get over to the Historical Society in Bensalem again, just to start looking through things and getting ideas. I know there's a lot more than I know of in the Bensalem area as far as history and stuff, and I know I could still go to Stenton Mansion over in the Logan section of Philly, or near the Logan section, which is where Robert Logan grew up. He was raised and grew up there, and I could go there and stuff like that, but I'm starting to get to a point where I've been to so many places in the far northeast and Bensalem area that I'm running out of places to go to without revisiting places. And I don't want to continue to revisit a lot of places. I mean, obviously Neshaminy State Park is going to be a place I revisit a lot, and I try to sprinkle it in. I try not to do too many close together, unless I find something super cool, like when I found what I believe to be the tower foundation things in that one area. But I mean, other than that, there's not much to show that I've found yet, but I do continue to look around there. Sometimes on my days off, I'll just walk around, walk into the wooded areas. Of course, I have to have my fluorescent hoodie on when I do that this time of year because there are hunters in there with like bow and arrow hunters for deer. But yeah, I'm starting to hit a wall a little bit. So I may need to venture out further than my normal area. I know people have asked me to go check out the old racetrack over in Levittown, but there's not really much to see of that from videos that I've watched. So I don't know. But as always, if anybody ever has ideas, please do let me know. Down in the description, you can find a link to my Facebook, and you can always send me a message there. And speaking of down in the description and links, my merch shop is down there as well. You can go check that out. Make sure, look through everything. There are random sales that happen throughout time on there, and it's like I just opted in for all sales. So anytime there's a sale, there might be like 15% off your order or 10% or whatever. So go there, often and check it out to see what sales are going on and buy yourself some Tom's World merchandise. I have different designs on there and all kinds of stuff, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, pillows. There's all kinds of stuff on there. So you can go check it out and you could be rocking stuff really cool like this hat. It's the only thing I have of my merchandise so far, but I will get more. I'm thinking about getting a hoodie sometime before the winter's up, probably after the holidays. But well, I guess I will probably wrap this up because I've been on here for almost an hour and I have clothes in the dryer that are just waiting to be taken out and folded. And I also have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to be at work tomorrow. So again, always feel free to message me. You can put messages in my videos. I do see every message that comes through. Every time you get a thumbs up on your message, that's usually me. Even though it doesn't tell you who gave you the thumbs up. But support the channel, share out the link to the channel or to individual videos if you like. Make sure you tell all your friends to come check it out, subscribe, and check out the merch shop. And I guess that's it. So I'm going to get out of here. I guess I'll see you guys soon. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.